Hi. So today we're going to review The Mummy's Treasure by L&M Software. This was originally a Bally BASIC game written in 1980 and released in 1980. We're not going to be playing that exact version today. We're going to be playing the AstroBASIC version, which was later released in 1981. I think it was kind of like the B-side of a game called Exeter's Revenge. I'm hoping to put a couple of pictures of the packaging at the beginning of this. Included here is the packaging for The Mummy's Treasure, a picture of the tape, the manual for the AstroBASIC release, which also includes the instructions for Exeter's Revenge, and a close-up of The Mummy's Treasure from the manual. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to actually load up the game. We're playing this currently in the High Score Club. It's about mid-June 2017. And this game is for the Bally Professional Arcade, also known as the Astrocade most of the time. I'm loading this game from my old phone. So starting up the game right now. It should take about 20 seconds to load. This one has, a small title screen, not much to it. This game is controlled using the joystick controller. I'm actually going to read the manual. There's a short manual for this. And this is, I don't know, I was expecting this game to be a little better than it actually is. It's, I don't care for it too much, but I'm reviewing it because I'll get an extra bonus point. And plus, I like basic games, even the ones that aren't too good. I like it that individuals took the time to make these games. This game is pretty simple, but here's the manual for it. First, I'm going to start up the game so you can check it out. There's actually, so this is the speed at which BASIC can put things on the screen. AstroBASIC is actually a little bit faster than Bally BASIC too, so this game would have run a little slower. So here's how the game works. I'm going to leave this on the screen and I'm going to talk you through the manual. It's pretty short. The new Mummy's Treasure can be played by 1 to 4 players. The original could only be played by 1, each using his or her own hand controller. As usual, the mummy is roaming about the castle's 3 floors looking for intruders. If you or one of your friends are caught in the same room with the mummy, that ends the game for that player. But for the rest of you, the game will continue until all the players have been captured or someone finds the treasure. Sound easy? We shall see. The treasure is somewhere in the dungeon, which is the bottom floor. To get there, you must either find a secret passage to the cellar, which is the 2nd floor, then find a secret passage from there to the dungeon. Or, if you are lucky, you will find a secret passage which will take you to the main floor, the 1st floor, straight to the dungeon. But if you aren't that lucky, you may find a room that has the capability to transport you 1 or 2 levels up. The player whose turn it is can select the room he wishes to check by pushing or pulling the knob control until the desired room appears. Now this is one of the things I find annoying about this game. So right now I'm pressing up and the room changes. It changes pretty quickly, which is nice, but it would have been so much nicer if I could use the knob and just move it that way, or even better, I mean, there is a keypad on the Astrocade that has 24 keys, some of which are numbers, and I mean, I understand why the control is being controlled, then you don't have to sit right next to your Astrocade, you can lean back on the couch and play this awesome Mummy's Treasure game. But the two problems with that, one of them is the game isn't awesome. The second one is it takes a long time I guess it doesn't take that long, but when there's 60 rooms per level and there's 3 levels, that's 180 rooms total. It's a lot to wade your way through. Anyway, at this point, you can squeeze the trigger until you hear a tone, which means you've actually entered that room. The computer will tell the player what is in that room. After he has made a mental note of that information, he then squeezes his trigger again, and you turn to the next player. I'm going to be playing a 1-player game, so there's not going to be another player. Now remember, these are kind of hints. There are 3 levels with 60 rooms, so 180 rooms. The treasure, the secret passages, and the vacuum force rooms all change location with each new game. So it's completely random. As far as I can tell, I've played this game a few times to try to get to the end of it, which I have done, but it seems completely random. There doesn't seem to be any element that isn't random, which could be good, but it's also, since you could randomly, in room number 1, right here, if you were playing, you could, like, if that mummy happened to be there and you chose room 1, the game would be over. I mean, that's not very fun. Keep track of all the rooms you've entered. This will come in very handy during the game. Which is true, but since the game is 100% random, I just enter room 1, then 2, then 3. or I go 60 backwards. It doesn't make a difference to me. The treasure is somewhere on the dungeon bottom floor. Just getting there, let alone finding the treasure, is hard. 4 to 1. The mummy hasn't a chance, or has he? And that's it. That's the manual. There's some handwritten graphics or hand-drawn graphics that are kind of in this game. I'm going to play the game now and kind of walk you through it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to enter room 1. Press the trigger. The room is empty. Not much to do that. And I press it again, and that stops telling me what's going on. Here's room 2. It's empty as well. Why don't I go down? You can go up or down. Which, I mean, I don't know. When I was talking about this game in the forum for the High Score Club, I was kind of hard on it. But I guess I don't enjoy the game. I think it's there's too many random elements in it. So I've been captured. There, my game is over. So what do you think of that? That's not too great, is it? I can play again, but I mean, on my 4th room, I just got killed. No idea. I mean, it's not like I don't know if you've ever played on the ZX Spectrum or the ZX81. There's a Monster Maze game, I think, or Dinosaur Maze, something like that, where there's a monster in the maze, or not even a monster, a dinosaur chasing you. But there's hints that tell you it's getting closer, which this game needs. Like, if I enter room 1 again, I got to a secret passage to the cellar. So that's good, because the cellar is where the dungeon. So the cellar is, I still got to go 1 level down. Let's go room 1 again, empty. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go to room 2. I mean, maybe I can beat the game. We'll see. I'm guessing not. Let's try going down to 60. Empty. Most of these rooms will be empty. The only things that you can find are empty rooms, the mummy, or the treasure. The treasure's not going to be on here, so the only thing I can find is a passage up, which brings me to where I started, a passage down, which brings me to the dungeon, which is where the treasure is, and I have to find it randomly out of 60 rooms. I mean, like, what I think this game should have done is, let's say I'm in room 59, like I just was, and it was empty. Well, wouldn't it be kind of nice to know, well, you hear a few rooms away that you hear the mummy crouching towards you. And I know there's limited memory in the Astrocade. It has 1.8K of RAM. That's hardly anything. For all I know, this game uses up 100% of it. I don't know for sure. But they couldn't have used it all because the programmer was actually able to include 4 players. So there was a little bit of room. It wouldn't have been nice to hear mummy is 2 rooms away. Well, if you were in room 1 and the mummy, say, is in 2 rooms away or something, or 3 rooms away, you hear the mummy creeping closer or something like that, then you'd know that maybe the mummy is in one of these rooms. If you hear silence or something, if it says that, then maybe you'd know that the room. Now I'm describing it, it almost sounds like Minesweeper, or that game that comes with Windows. But so I'm going to choose one right in the middle, just to give an example. So I'm going to choose room 25, and in this room, it's empty. But what if it said something like the mummy is creeping closer, the mummy's onto you, or something like that, and then maybe you'd know that the mummy is going to be in one of these rooms right directly around you. I think that would make the game more fun. As it is, and it would still be random, but there'd be an element of skill in it, because you'd be narrowing it down. It's almost like I'm guessing a number, and if you guessed 25, well, my number is higher, my number is lower. And you would then choose, like, if I guessed 25 and it said my number is lower, then you might guess 14, and then you say my number is higher, and you narrow it down that way. And I could imagine this game being the same. It wouldn't make it much more of a game, but it would be not as random. So there'd be some skill in it. And as it is, it's totally random. I mean, I could just, and I will, right now, I'm just going to pick random rooms. I guess I kind of have to keep track of the rooms, but let's see if I can find a way down. I've been captured again. Game over. I don't know if you can hear that. I mean, there is a little bit of music there for just a few notes. I'm not sure if you're aware, but while the Astrocade has 3 voices, BASIC is only able to, easily use 1 voice at a time. There are ways to use more than 1 voice at a time, but it's I don't think it was built into the Bally BASIC, and it's it takes special workarounds in order to do it in AstroBASIC. And besides, it uses up much more memory to do, because you're super limited. So I'm going to try playing a game with, or I guess I'd have to plug in 4 controllers, which I don't have available to me. So I'm going to try, oh, and by the way, so this game is not consistent. Here I choose my number of players with the knob, which is consistent with, oops, oh, I hit the tripod, which is consistent with the menu, but not consistent with this game. So I'm 1 player again, so it's going to redraw the levels. It almost looks like a music staff, sort of, kind of, when it's doing that. Now, if this game was written in machine language, obviously, as it's drawing this, it would just appear instantly. Machine language is much faster. But, so I'm just going to choose, oops, chose the same room again. So, let's see if I can't avoid getting killed. Come on. I wonder if room 60 will let me go down anywhere. Nope, it's totally, and I'd like to show the end of the game. The end of the game is, I've been captured again. I mean, oh, come on. Yeah. I might give up, because the only difference between the end of the game is, and when you get captured is you still see the mummy there, but you hear like a tune that's a little different, and instead of saying, you've been captured, it says something like, you found the treasure, or something like that. That's really the only difference. I'm going to try this one last time, and if I don't find it, which I probably won't, then I'm going to stop, because there's, it's just monotonous. This is actually the most fun I've had playing this game, because I'm actually reviewing it as I play it, and that says something about the game. Oh, I found a secret passage to the cellar. So now I'm in a cellar, so if I can find a secret passage down the dungeon, then I will be a little bit closer to beating the game. And I think the mummy can be on all the levels. I don't think he's just on one of the levels. Let's try room 1. I've been captured again. Alright, folks, that's about the last time I'm going to play this game. You know what? Before the game, I'm going to halt it. I think it's using, well, I'm pretty sure. Normally you can halt a game and check it out. Well, in that case, I wasn't able to do that. So the game actually has something in it that makes it so you can't list the program. So I wish the game was a little better, but it's not. So what I will write instead is I will write a short little program that says something along the lines of, I'll make myself feel a little bit better by saying, I won. Which I would say this is my this is my workaround for not being able to win this game, at least while I was playing. I did win it once. I had to play a few games in order to do that, but it was total luck that I won, And so and now we can list this. All right. In fact, what I'll do is I'll make it even more clever. Is I will clear the screen real quick, and now I'm going to run it, and that's about as close as I can get to winning this game. I took all the random elements out, and I beat the game. All right. Thanks for watching.